Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. Oh my goodness, today was my first day back in the office after taking a little vacation for Thanksgiving. Oh wow, having to get up at a normal time, get showered and dressed first thing in the morning and off to work I go. Yeah, that's a little tiring when you've not been doing that for a while. Yeah, I like the not been doing that for a while, but that's okay. Yeah, so today got to go back to work. Like, you know how much of a damper that puts on the crafting. Just gonna throw that out there. You guys wonder how I get so much stuff done? I was on vacation on a little bit of a break last week, and it showed. It's like, holy cow, what a difference. Yeah, that's just, it's not a bad thing, right? But what a difference, That's okay. I'm going to take a break at Christmas. Yeah, that's right. So we're good. Just a few more weeks and I'll be off for a couple extra days again. Yeah, life is good. So I came home and I had just finished the hat, that I just showed, like with these yarns, right? The one using the Malabrigo Arroyo, and I made 3 hats with this stuff, right? There you go. So I thought about casting on the last one. I'm tangling them all together. They will be together. Thought about casting on another one because hubby and I were downstairs and we thought, well, after dinner, let's face it was during dinner, put on a TV show and everything, just relaxing and watching that. So I didn't want to work on his sweater right then. Yes, I picked up his sweater and I did about 5 rounds on the sleeve. So it's a start. It's a start. Do I even have the other sleeve over here? Where is it? I don't know. Is it here? I mean, I got some of it. Oh, here's the, see, here's sleeve. Here's the body of his sweater, right? Yeah. And I started working on the other one. Let me see. I'm up to where? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. On his sleeve, it's in the other room. I'm about to here on his second sleeve. All right. Okay. You've been around a while. You know it's the 3rd sleeve. It's the 3rd sleeve. I'm still a little bitter about it, but I figured a few rounds every, when I think about it and I'm not mad, there you go. It'll get there. And if you look at it, because I didn't hold them together, if you look at it, I'm about right here on the 3rd sleeve. He's not 3-armed, by the way. He's only got 2 arms. He's a normal human. But anyway, I'm about that far. Fold that in half. So yeah, it's not really half because obviously my rows get bigger, but it's, it's not much. I could do that. And then I get onto the fancy little raglans right here, and I'll put a big Papa shawl collar. Do I have a picture of one of them? Yeah. Like here in the Viking books, you can see that big fold over collar. That's the type of collar that he really, really likes. That particular one is not from this book, but it might as well be. I mean, it's that shape right there. It's pretty much these patterns in fingering weight. It's awesome. So I've got that to work on for his. After finishing my granddaughter's sweater, I really did pick his up and started working on it. I did. It's, yes, it's the only way it's going to get done. And I figure it's getting close to the new year. Why? It's the first week of December. How did that happen? Wow. So January is going to be honest. I mean, we're going to fly through Christmas and it's going to be New Year's already. And we're going to be going, what the heck happened? I know this because I'm still reeling that it's no longer November. I don't really remember November. You know what I'm getting at? It was just like here and then it was gone. I mean, the 1st of November, hubby and I flew to Arkansas for my little brother's 50th birthday, and we flew back on the 4th, and then the rest of it was a blur, and then there was Thanksgiving, and now we're in December. That's what happened. That's what happened. But I was thinking, I'm going to get a calendar. I'm going to get another planner for the next year, and the goal is to actually use it more. It's a start, right? I used this planner at least 6 months out of the year, so it's, that's the most I've ever done. But use the planner, doing some stuff, and really just kind of being a little more mindful of it. Yeah, we'll see how long that sticks. There's some other things that I'll throw in that I'm sure of that I want to do for the new year. This year was so many firsts. It wasn't intentional firsts, but it was a lot of firsts. It was a lot of, hey, I've not done this before. Let me work on this. I've not done that before. Let me work on that. And I really enjoyed that. So I like the idea of continuing to just do different things. Some of it was successful. Some of it was a waste of time, as in I didn't end up producing and accomplishing anything that I really wanted to keep. But I did get to play, and I did get to say I did it. And you know what? With a lot of things that we work on, you don't have to make everything with it. It's just a matter of I've done it. Like, I talk about how I started out crocheting as a little girl with thread crochet. That was my bread and butter, so to speak. That's what I really worked with, and I really enjoyed. Made tablecloths, made a lot of tablecloths, made doilies, those types of things. I haven't done a doily in I don't know how long. They're slow, right? I mean, it is. They are slow. They are time consuming, and it does take a lot of time before you get the thing accomplished. And there is something to be said for larger materials. Let's not get crazy. We're not getting into the bulky realm. Let's just not get crazy. But using larger materials, yarns, and things like that to get things done, to feel like, wow, I've got something and it's sizable. But I did it. And I know that I can talk about that, even if I'm not doing it now. I think that's a lot of fun. You don't have to be the thread crochet extraordinaire, but you tried, and I'm proud. And, you don't have to be the tatting king or queen, but you tried. I know I tried. I didn't do a whole lot, but I tried. I did that as a teenager. I'm like, I can do this. I can make the little loops, and I can do this stuff. And I felt really good by doing that, right? I used to crochet with sewing thread. Now, just because I could. Did I make a lot? No, but I made a couple Christmas ornaments, just because I could. And if you really want to see that, there's people who do micro crochet and micro knitting for that matter. And it is absolutely insane. They'll have projects like this, like they'll have that bear right here, that, and it'll be this size and have all the same stitches. It is crazy. I don't know how they do it. I mean, I'm in awe. I am in awe. Just bow down. That is fantastic. But yeah, it's just fantastic. It's fun. It's fun doing different things. I did start a new hat tonight. I did. I was thinking, well, what would be just kind of fun and kind of quirky? Somebody sent me this, and I don't remember who. Didn't send me the pattern, but sent me the, hey, make this, or this is a cool one that could be guys or girls. And like I said, I don't remember who sent it. And it is, look at the little aliens. Look at that. And I thought that was really cute. So, of course I would do it in different colors because, I'm like that. So I've got a cast on. That's done in fingering weight yarn. I don't want to do a fingering weight sweat hat right now. So I just looked at how many stitches were in the alien. They've got a lot more. I'm going to do 7 around and some relief. So I've got 84 stitches cast on here. I started off with size 5s and did the ribbing with 84 stitches. And now I am changed to size 6. I'm going to do a few rounds of knitting, and then I'm going to start to add in the little brim and then the alien, and then I'll just do whatever to do some final bind offs. I'll probably, not bind offs, but from decreases. I'll probably on the first round decrease 4 stitches to get it down to 80 because I've got 84 stitches on here. And then I will go ahead and decrease 8 stitches every other row. That'll put me where I need to be. And the reason is the alien face itself, the alien face itself is 10 stitches. So I'm putting 7 around, and then I'm going to put 2 black stitches between. So that's the 84 stitches. That's why. That's where that came from. And for the green, yeah, I'm doing green for the alien. We know I'm doing green. I got lots of cool greens. I had this in my bag just wound up. This is the Rave yarn. And this is what I was thinking would be fantastic for that. But I think I changed my mind. I talked myself out of it. The reason being is this is a transitioning yarn going to black, which is fine. I'm using this for my son's blanket. Love it. It's been fabulous. And I think it's soft, fuzzy in the whole 9 yards, right? It's a roving style worsted weight acrylic yarn. But I want that alien green to pop, and I don't want, if I knew that I was only going to use like that much of the skein and I don't really know, then I'd go for this. I love this. I think this would be fantastic with the black. I mean, that's pretty awesome. It's bright, it's bold. What I wouldn't want is for it to get into where it's starting to pick up that black, and then it would be the top of the head and everything wouldn't be as pronounced. That's not what I want. But we know I've got the slime green color. That's what this is. This is a big twist. And that's the slime green. And I've got plenty of that. So I'm thinking that right there. And that's what, and we can see what that looks fantastic. This is what looks like what Justine used. Justine is one of my subscribers, and she had this at one of the craft shows. I'm in Colorado. She's in Colorado also. And this was at one of her craft shows. And yeah, I just had to have it. I just had, one of the grandkids might get it. We'll see. But, you know, I mean, I've got 5 grandkids working on number 6, right? Number 6 is baking right now. Yeah. So I think this is adorable. I don't know which one would want it the most. No clue. I think it's cute. But that's what this is that slime green butted up against that black. And I think with the alien, that's what you need. You want the acid, bright, bold, right? You know, for the alien. And I think I'm going to do that. And I'll add that to my hat collection that I have slated to give some away at my office, you know, giving different choices. And there are some guys at the office that I think would be quite interested in something like that. And if not, that's fine too. But we'll see how that goes. I've got a few more rounds before I start to add in the color. And then, you know, I was thinking, how many did I have on here? This one I had 88, but what I do, I was, you know, I might go up to 7s. I did the band with 5s, but I might put that at 7s. Because I think this is what this one was 7s. This is big twist worsted weight, just on 7s, straight beanie. This is 88 stitches. So yeah, I do need to go up, because otherwise that's going to be too small. I don't want it to be too small. Yeah, I want to go up on that. I was thinking about it, but you know, again, I was trying to do the multiples, and I could have added 8 more stitches. I mean, I could add 8 more stitches to it. Right now it's 84. I could put it 92. It's only 4 more bigger than this. And the other reason I was looking at doing that, I might do that. I might have to rip out that ribbing or just make the hat and do another one. Might be a better idea. But I wanted to go with the smaller needles because I'm doing that color work. I didn't want it to be too loose and comfortable, you know, like on a size 8, which is fine. But I'm going to be catching floats, and I don't want that green to show in between the black, because there's some places for that alien where you're going to have stitches that'll be that far apart before I do the next green stitch. And I don't want those big loops. What is it here? Yeah. Okay. So this is fingering weight. This is the back side of a hat. It's the back side of this one. So this is fingering weight, and that's 3 stitches between. So you can see how much that float is, that loop, right, between there. So if I had it 5 stitches, you know, it's going to be larger. Again, this is fingering weight. So if you did that on like worsted weight, 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, it could be like that. You know what I mean? And that's just a bit too far to have long strands hanging out on the inside of the hat. And that's what it means when we're talking about that floats on the back side. And you'll see that with your store-bought garments also, the store-bought Colorwork sweaters. You can see that on the inside, you know, the little threads and what have you. That's the same thing. So trying to minimize those. And when you do something called catching the float, if you've got a looser fabric, you'll see that color on both sides. And you see that with commercial grade garments too, you know, that'll have like a stripe or what have you. You can still see, like if it's red and white, you can still see it's like a red-ish stripe, because you can see that other color, that red color behind the white, and then the little graphic design. So you can still see that too, but try to minimize it. So that's why I wanted a tighter stitch gauge. That's what I was going for. But holding it up now, I don't know. That just seems really childlike, really tiny, really. like a cuff. More like a cuff. I don't know, maybe when it's stretched out. Holding it against this, just, yeah. All right, well, tonight's episode brought to you by frogging. I might be frogging. Yes, there we go. Like, it's a complete do-over. Or just leave it as is, and it might be one of the kids' hats, right? Because I don't have enough kids' hats, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, that's the fun part of it. That's the fun stuff. Oh, did you guys see the advent calendar that I've got for Tangled Poet? I have opened up days 1 and 2. I did shorts for those. I didn't add those necessarily to the video. I think it's about time that I start adding. The shorts, YouTube is weird. So I did the YouTube short for day 2 and put that up. And, you know, maybe 100 people saw it, which, you know, that doesn't help too much on people who may or may not want to see that advent calendar. And my video got a lot more. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for coming and watching. So the video got a lot more of that, but a lot of people didn't get to see the day 2 on day 2 because YouTube is weird. So then I tried to put up a little video as a short, but it was my 3rd thing that dropped for the day, and YouTube hides those. So I don't think many people really got a chance to see that. So I'm gonna have to come up with something better. But I have them, and here we go. Oh no, there's day 4. We can't open day 4 yet. I'm not looking. All right, so where's day 3? Here's day 3. Here's day 3. Oh, there's day 3. So what do we do with these, right? So, somebody had commented in the comments, you know, do we put tea in them? Do we use them as tea bag? Do we do something else? I don't know, but these are really cute, and I have 24 of them. They are all stamped with a different number, and that's when I know what to open. So we already opened 1 and 2, and I have to get a board so I can put all the little pins up so then I can hang it up and, you know, just kind of hold them and say, hey, here's 1 and 2, and then continue. I just haven't done that yet. Did I mention I went to work today? They kind of put a damper on things. I mean, like craft-wise damper. It wasn't a bad day. It was not a bad day. So, oh, you didn't get a chance to see them? I'm going to pull them open. All right, day 1, it's a fade. Yeah. So day 1, I got this gorgeous darker purples. And day 2, it's still purples, but there's more variegation in it. Look at that. So can you see that? Yeah. So I got the darker purple, and then this one has more of the kettle dyeing and striping. So Fade Project or something like that, you're really going to start to see that move forward. So that's those 2. I'm trying to keep those to where I have them together so I know which ones they are. So when I can pin them up, I can pin them up in order. So that's those 2. Day 3. So those of you, because I think there's some people, oh, you should have gotten yours today. Okay, day 3, I'm going to go ahead and take a chance and open. So if you have not gotten your calendar yet due to the mail strike, avert your eyes because here's day 3. I want to be respectful. I haven't peeked, by the way. I'm not peeking. It's another purple. Oh, I just got my thumb. It's another purple. Look at that. And it is a lot lighter. Check this out. Those are my 3 right now. Those are beautiful. And how much do these things weigh? Oh, I just dropped all my yarn. That's okay. They were in balls. I mean, you know, I bumped the ball and it rolled. That's what they do. That's why we call them balls. Look, I have my handy dandy scale. I got this. It goes up to 100 grams, so 3.5 ounces. And I'm like, what? You know, and I didn't realize that when I bought it, or I, you know, wasn't paying attention. And I'm really thrilled with it. I weigh lots of things now because I'm a child. All right, so this one, it is, ooh, this one's 32 grams. The other ones were smaller. I think they're supposed to be about that 30 grams, but you know, when you're a human being, and they're human beings, and they're winding things off, you know, I don't think every one of them is going to be exact. Let's see. Day 2, because I had the scale out. Day 2, okay, 28.7 grams. So yeah, that's, you know, you're human. That's pretty doggone spot on. That's pretty awesome. And, I mean, give or take, look at your commercial dyed stuff too. Ooh, Oh, you'd be surprised. Or commercial branded stuff. And day 1 was the smallest that I've gotten so far, and that's 25.8. That's okay. So there we go. So I think that some of them are going to be a little light, and some of them, like this one, a little heavy. I think it'll all work out in the end. But I'm geeky like that because I am. I'm just geeky. I like those numbers and stuff. But depending on what you're doing, you might want to weigh your stuff. If you're doing like an Advent thing, and depending on what it is, and you want to know if you can make it through the next row, a cute little gimmicky scale like this that goes up to 100 grams, perfect. And besides, it's fun to play. It is. It's very fun to play. I'm such a geek. So here it is. And I did go back online and I looked at Tangle Poet stuff. So it's supposed to be a perfect fade. I think purples and aquas and some other colors in there, or what have you. So no clue what next colors are going to be, but this is stunning. That is beautiful. And I thought about starting the shawl that they had as their pattern, but my husband pretty much gave me that growly look and eyes and stuff. And he's like, no, you don't get to start anything else. He's tolerating me doing the hats, but to start an Advent where, you know, these are roughly 30 grams each. Yeah, I think he would just completely and totally revolt. And, you know, I can't blame him because I do have a lot of things that I'm attempting to work on or forgetting about. Yeah, there's that. And I don't know. I think I've got some plans for the new year. I really do. I should show you what my room looks like, but it's really embarrassing, so that's not happening. But clean my room. Don't I sound like a child? Clean your room. No, I don't want to. You know, clean my room, organize some things. Picture a 2-year-old on the floor doing a temper tantrum. That's what's going on in my mind right now, just letting you know. So do that. Take stock of what I have on the needles. I know I'll find a lot of my good needles. You know what I'm getting at, right? You know, I will find more of them. It's kind of like when we went through I went through the couch cushion and I found 6 crochet hooks. Yeah, I'm going to find a lot of needles. So do that. And then I'm not saying I'm going to rip them out. Oh, gosh, no. And I'm not saying I'm going to finish them right then. Whatever. But kind of a once a week thing. Go through, not until after the new year, by the way, but go through and pick a project once a week and give it a little love. Doesn't mean it's going to get finished. Doesn't mean any of the other stuff. It just means it's going to get closer, which is impressive because what was it? Just like a week or so ago, I showed my granddaughter in her beautiful dusty rose colored bobbled dress. Gave it to her on Thanksgiving, so that was a week ago. Fits her perfectly. Well, I think I started that either before she was born, right before she was born, or right after. She just turned 2. So either way, it was pretty close to 2 years from start to finish. It got done, and it fits her beautifully. So just because things languish doesn't mean they're not going to get done. That languished for 2 years, and it fits her perfectly. The other granddaughter, her sweater, her colorwork sweater that you got to see yesterday. I'm not sure when I started that. It's been less than 2 years because I haven't had the channel for 2 years. So let's face it, it's more like a year. So yeah, that one was about a year or quite a few months. Enough months. It was close enough, right? It was close enough. It's done. And I get to give that to her. So, you know, just because things languish doesn't mean they're not going to get done. Doesn't mean that they're not going to be revisited. And I know I'm not the only one who does that. There are some projects, there are people who are making huge blankets, and that's a labor of love. And it takes a lot of time. And that's a concentration of perseverance to do it, because let's face it, we're knitting and crocheting anyway, but it's the perseverance and it's the labor of love because it is so large. This year I did my first knitted blanket and I gave that to my husband. That was perseverance. That took a lot of months. It wasn't hard. I did a lot of knitting and purling. That's it. No fancy stitches. There was no cables. There were no cables. There was no cables. There were no cables. There was no lace. It was just knits and purls. Easy. Oh my gosh, how many months did that take? Got it done. So there are some larger projects, and I know I've gotten some comments and everything from people who, oh my gosh, be still my heart, you're making king and queen size blankets. I have not done that. Oh my gosh, that is just and getting them done. Working on them, persevering and getting them done. Bless you. I mean, it is absolutely amazing. So yeah, I think next year we're going to see what happens. I'm right there, and I've got ideas turning, and I've got some plans. I know you do too. I don't do diet goals, by the way. No. You know, that New Year diet goals? No, I'm me. I'm me. So my goals, well, it might be crafting goals. They might be something else, but it's not, I'm going to lose the whatever pounds. Yeah, not happening. I'm me, right? It just is. You know, military for a lot of years where it was not 5 pounds vanity weight, you know, like I remember those drug commercials, you know, so you have 5 pounds of vanity weight. That's not you. This drug's not for you. It's fair. Mine wasn't vanity weight. Mine was, do you want to keep your job? Do you want to keep your job? You need to lose some weight. You want to keep your job? I'm not in that world anymore. And it shows. Because I couldn't be this weight in the military. No. So yeah, you won't hear those goals from me. My goals are crafting and projects and you know, tutorials and fun stuff and suggestions from you guys on what you may or may not like to see, what would be interesting. I will continue to yarn shop. I won't even lie to you and say that I'm not going to, because that would be a lie. And I'm not doing it for you. It's just me. It's me. I'm going to go do touch the yarn. There's always a beautiful yarn. I'm going to touch the yarn. So I'm not going to tell you that. I'm not going to tell you I'm on a yarn diet or something along that line, because it's not realistic and it's not going to happen. Yeah, you know, so why lie? But I am thinking about all sorts of fun stuff. I'm already thinking of calendars and spreadsheets, just because I like my spreadsheets. And yeah, all that stuff. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go look up some advent calendars and advent designs and stuff. I should show you that next time. Next time, remind me. There's a advent garment that somebody has designed, and they are looking at translating it to English sometime next year. I'm like, ooh, put me on your list. I want it. I will pay for that pattern. So remind me next time. I will go ahead and bring those things up, and you tell me what you think of it. I think it's stunning. Haven't seen anything like it, but maybe you have, and you can direct me to it, because it has all the things in it that I love. With that, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. And I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.